Hi guys, welcome back to week 4 session. In this video we are entirely week 4 session has been filled with deployment and then interlude with Node.js, and finally we are get back into the final database management. We are using this in this week to connect the all front end and back end into the database using the MongoDB. According to this week objectives like pipeline and interface and securely, and move to the mock data into the persistent data storage using the API and interface modes. Further, the tools and technology we are using like overview like MongoDB, Mongoose for Node.js, and then browser tool called APIs and front end, and security cross origin networks. As well as we are using a DB database management using the MySQL post. And MongoDB it's for storing the document into the collection documents in the fixable schema like JSON using the SQL table. While testing we are using the Thunder client, as I said in the week 3 sessions. According to this, and we are using the cloud environment like create one cluster and wishlist IP address is must be noted down once, and create a DB user and get connected string. Using the terminal you can easily connect the MongoDB as well as the into the Mongoose. Like connected, once it's connected it will be executed like MongoDB connected like it showed in the terminal at VS Code. So next we are going to be server selection IP should be copied from your password, create one .ini file and paste it the whole connection string path and save it once, because it to be interlude with coding as well as the database management database path using the MongoDB. So that's why I say create one .ini file and paste it the connection string via through MongoDB, we are get it from there. So that's why I say that. So once this job has been concluded, we are moving to the coding part. As I said before, create one account in MongoDB Atlas and a database in left side corner, and using the clusters you may created one. You just see what I created here. And once security quick access for your username, it should be alternative because it's already you may saved means it's alternative one. So next we are going to the IP address check. Already I am admin of this, so no need to create another one. Just IP access list you need to access the everywhere like 0.000/0. This is access list for everywhere access. On this to according this you may get it a mail from which you are going to mention it above. So hope you get the point how to make account in MongoDB Atlas. Once it's completed all steps, you must copy paste from the username, password and IP address from the save it in another file itself, because it's used for entire coding while we are doing the coding and modify it. So once it's connected, before that we have to save it from the another file also like a notepad, or else put one file and paste it off all the things. So once the status is active, the MongoDB is to be active to connect it to the code also. As I said before, create one .ini file and paste it the connected string here, because this is to be interlude with all backend codings. So you are able to see the terminal now. The MongoDB is connected. So this is the correct stage. So once you check a structure file as well as the terminal also. Before that, using this above 6 lines code, you must add it in a server.js, because it's to be connected to the MongoDB and as well as our backend server. So that's why I adding this 6 lines above the top above the server.js. And create one modules folder and under the product.js, and copy this code and using this save it once. And next created a roots folder, it's under the products.js. Under these type of 16 lines code you must be write it, because these two are background to interlude with our MongoDB. Once the two files and be saved, it should be again shows the MongoDB is connected, because whenever the steps has been error or else be you must put a new terminal and make the again and again procedure. So once it checked once the MongoDB is connected or not. The terminal should be always showing the what pod path as well as the MongoDB connected. These are two paths should be must shown in every modification you may made in code also. And I am adding one more lines in server.js. You are able to see the 27th line. It should be must interlude with products API users. So that's why I am adding this line. Adjust what are the modification I do in it. You are able to see actually the server.js what are the modification we made. And product.js I already said to you this line should be added must. Next product.js under the modules folder. Using the command lines you just see like npm start. Once it's completely run you may through git pushes using the commit changes. So entire code will be fastly pushed to the GitHub repository. So then no need to complexity. So just put a prompt. What are the prompt I am using in the terminal? You just note it down. Because before going to deployment you must need to push the repository files through VS Code to Git. So once it shows the red color, but one such file has to be not included. So again I need to commit changes push using the Git. We need to initialize whatever the GitHub to be where the location should be must node to the Git. So that's why we are creating this prompt like. So as such in your terminal you also be promote like this. You are able to see now the Git actually created one file and shows the added to the file whatever the entire file should be added on the Git. You may able to see now. And next I go to my GitHub repository and created one repository name like our e-commerce website name Shoppee's API and should be must be public. Once check the all credentials should be correct you must create repository. And next you are able to see the all fast easy commit changes like the link shows in blue color tab. You may just copy down it and paste it the terminal. It easily commit the all changes and all folders and files should be pushed to the GitHub repository. You can able to see the code part. It actually created one Git and what are the files have to be repository. It's under the code part. Next add the readme file. So what are we are doing the entire week for? You just put it a readme file and the entire task to be done. And what are the tools and technology we are used in the entire week force 1, 2, 3 for all weeks. You just put it and commit changes. You may directly put into VS Code and push it into GitHub, but even though you may also do the vice versa GitHub to VS Code, it is a easily method to both to change the commit. So once you completed the readme, next commit changes. In this part you need to adding some external description, it may as you want. And next you are able to see the readme also. So in this GitHub readme I just pushed into our VS Code because the two has to be same. No, it looks like a developing state of professional looking repository. So that's why I make the push to GitHub to VS Code. Actually we are doing this entire week, we are running through the API as well as the MongoDB connection, and after we are going to the deployment stage. So that's why before that we need to repository making in GitHub. So that's why this for all features we could be included in both VS Code as well as the GitHub repository. Both should be the same files and same folders. Whatever in the GitHub you should be maintained as well as in VS Code. So that's why we need to push to changes in each's. The running commands has to be given in readme file, so it's able to see the professional look for the those who are a developer or tester should be tested in your website, means it should be easily help to grab the what are the credentials we are used to in it. So that's why it's a readme, it's an important file, should be created in VS and as well as the GitHub. Once you are properly setting all those things, the terminal which doesn't shows any error, so command should be the proper manner. So that's why you just go through it all commands in terminals. So once it set it out, next we move on to the VS Code terminal. Just I need to push from GitHub to VS Code like that, as I said before, readme file. So that's why I create this prompt, like using this command to do that work. You are able to see the readme file has to be left bottom corner. It should be added in readme. Whatever we are writing in that GitHub, it be showed in VS Code also. So next we move on to the important part, deployment stage. Whatever website we are using deployment, like Visual, Render, whatever it may be, but today in this Shopee is our website should be deploy in Render. Before that, the MongoDB is connected and API is running. These words are very very important to move on to the next work. You just put a command like whatever I do. So once it's completely done, we are moving to the deployment part. Like once you check the local host, because the API is running is correctly or not. I check the product, so that's why it shows it's a correct local host path. So next we are going to render. You just sign up with a must GitHub account, so not at all your email, because it's easy to commit changes to GitHub to render. So I just created an account through my GitHub account. You just authorize it. And choose the web service. GitHub. I just install it. You may able to see the repository stage what we are going in GitHub. You just search Shopee. And the main content to be the branches main, and then the command should be npm install, and should be next the start command should be there. The node src server 3 should be must in the mandatory, and I choose a free tier now as of now, because we are trying a website for our student level, not a professional. So if you are going a developer or else make it for a client, mean you just choosing the above criteria which you want. Next I just paste it up my .ini file. Name as well as the value should be correctly. You just paste it on from .ini file. You need to add some variable, means you also be added. I just name and my string connection in .env, and next we need to must port to be the 10,000. So I need to add one more variable. The name should be in the first column, and then next column should be the value. So don't do that in same column, because it seems like error. That's why I see as a example that you able to understand easily. So no need to put a name and equal to the value. It should be the wrong manner. So able to put name and the value under the box 10,000. And next you put it and save it, and remove the unwanted variable list we have created, because it seems like error again we deploy in web service. So that's why I deleted so it's to be corrected. You need to deploy successfully in render. Within a minute you can able to see our live running link as we showed in. So once it generated, you able to test it out in Chrome itself. It shows like API is running, hello world, like that it shows. Because we know in upcoming weeks we need to integrate within a front end to the back end. So in this week we are going to deploy in render with the API is running, that one prompt. You can easily see our live link. It successfully shows the API is running, hello world. So once it's tested in Chrome, it is now the live link. It's be successfully deployment in render.com. Hope you able to see the live link server, which is under the page tab. So in this entire week 4, we are going to create a connection through the MongoDB database management, as well as the proper deployment in render, and using the created 1-2 folders extra what we created, like pro modules and then roots under the product.js, and using the command. Hope you understand, guys. Thank you for watching.